Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be unboxing some nail products and we're going to be doing an easy design. We can start out by looking at the Swatching Gel. It's a 3-piece set and it contains some instructions. And in the set there is a base coat, matte top coat and a regular shiny one. And these are the 10ml bottles, so they got the slightly bigger ones with the bigger brushes as well. I'm going to start off by doing a thin coat of the base coat. This is thin and that is a bonus, especially because I like to encapsulate things and I certainly don't want base coat bulking things up. This is one of the new colours. This is a glow in the dark and I absolutely love this colour. I've done 2 thin coats on all the gel polishes today. I'm going to do one of them with the regular top coat and the other one I'm going to do with the matte, and let's see how they turn out. And these are no white, by the way, so that means they don't leave a sticky layer, and I'm happy with that result. That came out really matte and the shiny one is nice and shiny. The 3 pinks we've got here today are from the trendy magenta collection and these are fantastic summer colours. Make sure to do them thin though, don't want them going on thick and bulky. This is the only one that I've done 3 coats with. It's just because I wanted to saturate it a little bit more and I didn't want to put it on thick. Apart from that, all of the others are only 2 coats. Then we have number 66, which is like a pink that I think will fit most skin tones. All very summery and pretty. Then I wanted a couple of greens, so I've got like a pastel one, BWH25. I'm linking everything below. And I have got one from the Neon Colours collection. It is CG095. They've got these in 12 different colours and you can also buy them as a full set. These are all 10ml bottles, which I prefer. I love the brushes. Last but not least, from the Silky White collection, we have got CG041. And this is like a deep dark bluey mauve. It's very, very pretty. This is what they all ended up looking like with some top coat. The non-stick family keeps growing. They brought out 4 Aurora Non Stick hand gels. This is just an easy design that we're doing today. You can do it with any colour you like, really. Now, it will look slightly different depending on what base colour you've got. If you want the max effect, you've got to use a really dark colour. And this is a very versatile product. Got them in 4 different colours. We've got another few of these laying around, so I'll see if I can introduce them in my next video. I have done 2 thin coats of the painting gel, curing it in between. Highly pigmented, so make sure that you cure all the way through. And just to start off with, I am going to grab a small amount of the gel and I'm just going to push it onto the black part. This is sort of a colour blocking, so that's why I'm just going to use my square spatula and kind of sharpen the lines up a bit. I've cured the gel in between so it doesn't bump. This is my special non-stick gel. It's basically glitter and clear. Just mix that up. What you need to be a bit careful of is around the cuticle area that you don't push it into the skin. I've found that the easiest way to avoid that is to keep the spatula between the product and the cuticle. Easy to keep the shape this way, but that's just how I do it. I'm just going to try and make that look as neat as possible. When I've got all the gel in place, I am going to give it a full cure. And I want to encapsulate this, so I've just put a little tiny bit of clear on top because the nail is in theory already done. I did this quick with the dual form. And of course, if you've got any lumps or bumps, just take your time and smooth it out. Refine the shape if you need to. And before you go in with the top coat, make sure to get rid of any dust. So I'm just going to do a thin coat of that and I'm going to give it a cure. This is the new luminous non-stick hand gel from Born Pretty. It is also a solid builder. I've brought out a regular gel on the left. It's a firm gel, but you can still pick it up and use a brush. But this is solid. There is nothing wrong with it. I use a lot of metal tools where I work with it and my fingers. I also call these non-stick hand gels because they're not sticky in the same way as a builder or a polygel is. Still doesn't mean that you should be applying it with your bare hands. As usual, we will start with a prep. Push back the cuticles gently. I'm just going to mat the surface down with a 100/180. You can also use an E-file with a medium sanding band at a low speed. Around the cuticles, just come in one direction toward yourself. When that's done, get rid of all the dust. And I would definitely recommend that you use a primer. These are gel products, so we're using a non-acid one. Disperse, just give it a few minutes to air dry. We always want max adhesion, so put a thin coat of base down. If it starts to run, flash cure it in the lamp. If you're a beginner, you can just do a couple of fingers at a time. I'm going to do the thumb separately. I don't want to risk it running into the skin when you tip the hand in the lamp, and you can also risk the product on the thumb being uncured if the light doesn't hit it properly from all directions. This is what they call diamond glitter, again linking everything below. It's what I like about the solid builder is that you can mix clear with glitter and go directly in with that, so you don't have any bulk and it'll save you some time. So all I've done here is I've mixed a little bit of clear with 3 different colours of glitter, and I'm just going to scoop up what I need and put it into the gel form. When I got all the glitter down, I did just flash cure it for like 10 seconds in the form, just to set it but not cure it, because when I go in with the luminous hand gel on the back afterwards, I've got to manipulate that a little bit and I don't want to be pushing the glitter around. Try to get it out the sidewalls as much as you can. It's called a non-stick hand gel, but I don't want uncured product on my skin. That's why I'm wearing gloves. Grease on our fingers and that ruins adhesion. You can also use a silicone tool. I look to use a metal tool because I find it gives a shinier surface and a much more even result. That is a matter of preference. There are several ways to do it, and this doesn't move. It does not need a slip solution. I'm going to do the index finger in one colour only. So I'm going to scoop out a bit of the non-stick and I'm going to disperse it evenly in the form and try and push it out to the edges as much as you can. It's easier when you've got a colour to see what you're doing as opposed to working with a clear. You can shrink a little bit down from the sides, and I'm just going to place that down on the nail by the cuticle and move it back and do any minor adjustments so that it's not crooked. Remove anything that's oozed out and get rid of that ledge underneath if you've got one. If you're short on product, that doesn't matter because you can always add a little bit more, because that makes sure that you've cured it all the way through and it gives you the chance to check that you've got enough on the side. I'm doing an ombre on the pinky just to get the look. I'm going to put the orange down at the tip first, then I am using pink, also from Born Pretty, to kind of get a nail bed on it, and I'm going to pull that down. Doesn't matter if it's not perfect. Despite that nail not being 100%, I am going to give it a cure. That has to be built up a little bit more. It's very flat. The form wasn't full. So I've just added a little bit more of the pink. And if we're really lucky, we can actually put down a little bit and take the form off again before we cure it. And that gives us complete control. It gives such a nice shiny surface. And you can also use the forms to kind of pull the product out and down. And the second time around, I'll be paying a lot more attention to those side balls and adding a little tiny bit more if I'm missing anything. Now on the middle finger, I'm going to do it in a little bit more of a traditional way. A super thin coat of clear in the form first. Just literally barely enough for it to stick down, but try and get the tip filled in. And this is just to give us a platform. So I'm going to place that on the nail and give it a cure. I'm not a big fan of doing nail beds directly. It's just because they don't end up looking very nice. It's for no other reason. If you can do it straight off the bat, do it like that. That's up to you. But I'm going to manipulate a nail bed first. And when I release that form, before I've cured it, that's going to give me a little bit of an opportunity to kind of push it around a bit and refine it. I'm just going to use the metal spatula before I give it a cure. On the ring finger, I'm doing a glitter nail, and there's no need to waste. Just take out the amount you need, and you can take out a little at a time, which is back to the self-made glitter again. And I've just mixed the colours, and I'm just going to put it down in random places, just making sure that I fill that nail in nicely. This is a strong product, but you still need enough though to avoid breakage. You need the arch, and you need enough product to the stress area, otherwise it'll just snap. Just going to put the form down to make sure that I've got enough upsides and smooth the surface out, and then I'm going to give it a cure. On my index finger, I am a bit short on product. I've taken a little bit more of the non-stick, the orange one, placed it on the nail, and get a nice even surface and structure by pulling down with a tip. Make sure that you give these all a full cure. I would also recommend, if you use solid colours, just to tip your hand upside down for a few seconds and do a 30-second cure underneath. There's hardly any filing with these, which is absolute godsend. I'm just literally going to refine the sides and the shape a little bit before I go in with some top coat. I've removed all the dust first. Same as the base coat, I'm doing a thin coat on all the nails and the thumb separately. And when that's done, I'll get back to you and we'll have a look at it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Please like, subscribe and hit that bell so I don't miss anything. And until next time, bye!